Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Here.
Second council district seat is vacant. Councilmember Wassinger?
Here.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Here.
Councilmember Stanger? Councilmember Quinn? Madam Chair, we do not have a quorum.
They're here. Let me go get them.
Who's here? I don't know who's here.
I don't know.
O'Meara's out of town.
Who's out of town now?
O'Meara.
O'Meara's out of town.
So we need to change our resolution.
With you,
They all are going to be on it, so it'll be
Greg.
Greg, I saw Greg.
Greg, I saw Greg.
Dolan for O'Meara.
Greg's here. Stephen?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't see him, but I saw Greg.
I think the official
I know, I saw
version
Greg.
has them all,
Here's
but
Steve
it
now.
doesn't
Steve's
have
here.
anyone for a minute.
Councilmember Stanger?
Here.
Councilmember Quinn?
He's just about here.
What's he doing?
Councilmember Quinn?
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. They're going to get detention.
O'Meara's.
Approval of the journal.
I move for approval of the journal of the meeting of July 1st, 2014.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we'll move to communications.
Madam Chair, there are no tax compromises this evening, so move to zoning matters. Under zoning matters, item number 1, 3rd District.
Oh, sorry. Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 2, 5th District.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 3, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the Planning Commission hold a new public hearing as recommended.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 5, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Moving on to road and bridge matters, item number 1, 4th District.
Receive, file, plan specifications, and detailed estimate of cost be approved, and the director of procurement be authorized to advertise for bids as requested pending Federal Highway Administration authorization, and a copy of this report be sent to the interested parties.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2, 6th District.
Receive, file, plan specifications, and detailed estimate of cost be approved, and the director of procurement be authorized to advertise for bids as requested.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Moving on to other communications, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file, and there will be the order.
Item number 2,
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
item number 3, 3rd District.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 3rd and 7th Districts.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 5, 6th District.
Receive and file, and the same motion for item number 6.
So ordered.
Item number 7, 7th District.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 8, 7th District.
Receive, file, and the agreement be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 9, all districts.
Receive and file, same motion for item number 10, and that will be the order.
Item number 11, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 12, all districts.
Receive and file, same motion for item number 13, and that will be the order.
Item number 14.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 15, and that will be the order.
Item number 16, 6th District.
Please hold.
So ordered.
Item number 17, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 18, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 19.
Same motion through item number 21, and that will be the order.
Item number 22, 2nd District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Maryland Heights, and that will be the order.
Item number 23, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Jennings, and that will be the order.
Item number 24, 2nd District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Maryland Heights, and that will be the order.
Item number 25, 2nd District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Overland, and that will be the order.
Item number 26.
Receive, file, and the matter be held on the order of business and referred to the council as a committee of the whole, and that will be the order. Please read the add-ons.
Item number 1.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, all districts.
Receive and file, and that will be the order. County Executive Dooley, do you have any reports?
Madam Chair, I got a report. There seemed to be some confusion as regards to this administration responsibility in releasing documents to the Post paper, and also there seemed to be some confusion of legal requirements according to our prosecuting attorney. So I have a statement I would like to read to that effect. I would like to take a moment to address the recent criticism of my administration for our cooperation with the FBI on the Ed Muth investigation. The FBI agreed to lend us some documents they curated during the investigation, so long as we recognize that the records belong to the FBI and could not be given out to the public. We accepted those records and after reviewing the law pertaining to federal records, honored the FBI directive to keep records confidential. The Post-Dispatch has criticized our cooperation and quoted the county prosecuting attorney that I was getting bad legal advice to withhold the documents. I can see where the prosecuting attorney wouldn't know the law, because his job is to prosecute criminals, not to understand the Sunshine Law. Maybe today's letter from the United States Attorney will help him understand the law on these records. But I'm really offended that the Post-Dispatch will suggest we were wrong when they know these are closed records because the courts have already told them that. 7 years ago, the Post sued St. Charles prosecuting attorney for the release of such records, and their request was denied. It is truly unfortunate that the Post would hide its own knowledge of the truth for the purpose of yet another attack upon this administration. I have today from the U.S. Attorney, Richard Kellogg, indicated, and I quote from his last paragraph, "I do agree with you that promoting transparency and confidence in St. Louis County government is an important consideration. Unfortunately, I cannot sacrifice the rule of confidentiality regarding federal investigative reports, which rule happens to serve an equally important public interest." Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Report of special committees. A report of the Committee of the Whole. St. Louis County Council met as a committee of the whole on Tuesday, July 1st, 2014, for the purpose to consider a report from representatives of the St. Louis County Children's Services Fund on the history and current status of CFS-funded programs in the Normandy School District. 5:00 p.m. on Tuesday, July the 1st, 2014. I move that the report of the Committee of the Whole meeting held on Tuesday, July 1st, 2014, for the purpose of considering the report from representatives of the St. Louis County Children's Services Fund on the history and current status of CFS-funded programs in the Normandy School District be received, filed, and adopted as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The report is adopted. Public forum, we have one speaker, Mr. John Krug, K-R-U-G.
Or you can give those to me. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is John Krug. I'm at 8317 New Hampshire Avenue. I live behind the center of St. Louis. I am deeply disturbed by the idea of turning this into a 24-hour/7 business. This complex has only been open since January, maybe early February. The ordinances that are already in place, the company has not abided by them at all. Illegally parking, trash burning, signage. We have all these issues that are ongoing almost daily with this business. So before we start offering them more concessions and giving them a longer business license to do a 24-hour business, he should really be held accountable for the ordinances that are already in place. Jim Seiberg, the chief of building code enforcement, has told me that there is substantial amount of violations already in this man's folder, or this company's folder, as to date. And it's a residential neighborhood. The fencing is a problem. There is not adequate fence around the property to separate the residential side versus the commercial side. Air conditioning, it could be better. It's noisy, but it's not that outrageous, but it could be better. So if you're suggesting that it should be moved to the side, I would definitely be in favor of that, or behind the property. Not sure what else to say, except for, it should not be allowed to be a 24-hour business, because they have had total disregard for the existing laws that are out there on the books right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that the end of public forum? Madam Chair, yeah, if you don't mind, in light of the comments, the planning department is not required to have public forum for that, but I would like to amend the motion that I made previously on zoning matter number 2, if I may, and amend my motion on zoning matter 2 to, I would second page.
Page 2.
Page 2. If I could amend the motion on zoning matter 2 to receive and file and refer to the planning commission for a public hearing. That way, all the residents in the area will have a chance to go to the planning department's public hearing and voice their concerns.
Okay.
What district is it?
That's his district.
That's your district.
This is-
Fifth district. Okay. Okay, thank you.
It wasn't required before, so this will give me an opportunity to speak on this matter.
Okay, Stormwater. Thanks.
Anybody second that?
That's, it's,
She
we
can leave
need
it
to
as
second.
action.
Oh, it doesn't need to be?
No.
So,
I think since he's asking that it be referred back to the planning commission, Madam Chair, we ought to have a second and a vote on it.
you think, okay.
I'll second it.
Not a roll call vote, just a yes or no.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Before we vote, is this a CUP? It's not a CUP, is it?
No.
Okay, so we don't need to exercise the power of review?
Okay, again, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Right.
That will conclude the public forum, introduction of bills.
Bill number 150, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $9,447.66 from the Missouri Department of Public Safety, appropriating the same for support of salaries for deputy sheriffs, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 151, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $215,645 from the St. Louis County Children's Service Fund, appropriating the same for support of the Department of Health Youth Empowerment Training Project, and authorizing the Director of Health to execute necessary documents. Bill number 152, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $44,000 from the Office of State Courts Administrator, appropriating the same for support of the St. Louis County Drug Court, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 153, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $74,918.80 to Missouri Secretary of State, appropriating the same for support of election improvements, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 154, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance approving acceptance of donation of $3,500 from Youth in Need and appropriating same for support of acquisition of student bus passes for youth and community educational programs. Bill number 155, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a municipal housing and community development cooperation agreement for fiscal years 2015 to 2017 with cooperating municipalities, authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents, and authorizing the Director of Planning to execute cooperation agreements, supplemental cooperation agreements, home buyer regulatory agreements, and home improvement contracts for the rehabilitation of private properties. Bill number 156, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with Jewish Community Center, JCC, for maintenance of improvements pertinent to a roadway to be developed on the western boundary of the JCC campus. Bill number 157, introduced by Councilmember Stanger, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute contracts and other documents with Missouri Military Memorial Foundation and its agents necessary for construction of the Gold Star Shelter within Jefferson Barracks Park. Bill number 158, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance amending Title V, Chapter 502, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended, levy and collection of taxes by repealing and reenacting Section 502.410, continuing an emergency telephone tax. Bill number 159, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract and 2 renewals with E4 Health Incorporated for support services for the Employee Assistance Program. Bill number 160, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger, an ordinance amending Title 12 St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended traffic code by deleting one provision from Schedule 2 and by enacting and adding one provision to Schedule 2. Bill number 161, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance designating a certain tract of land in St. Louis County as a blighted area pursuant to Chapter 353 of the Revised Statutes of Missouri as amended, approving the development plan for the redevelopment of such blighted area, approving a redevelopment agreement related thereto, and authorizing certain actions in connections therewith. Bill number 162, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance approving a petition for the creation of the 1030 Woodcrest Terrace Drive Community Improvement District, establishing the district as a political subdivision of the state of Missouri, finding that the district is in a blighted area, and directing the administrative director to notify the Missouri Department of Economic Development of the creation of the district. Madam Chair, that is all the bills.
Thank you. Perfection of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Please hold.
So ordered.
Bill number 69, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 69 is held.
Bill number 118, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 118 is held.
Bill number 123, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 123 is held.
Bill number 145, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 145.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 145 is perfected.
Bill number 146, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 146.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 146 is perfected.
Bill number 147, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 147.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 147 is perfected.
Bill number 148, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of Bill number 148.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. Bill number 148 is perfected.
Bill number 149, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move perfection of bill number 149.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 149 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 330, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Please hold.
Bill number 106, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Please hold.
So ordered.
Bill number 139, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 139.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 139, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 139 is finally passed.
Bill number 140, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Bill number 140 is held.
Bill number 141, introduced by Councilmember Quinn.
I'd like to take it up. I move final passage of bill number 141.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 141, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 141 is finally passed.
Bill number 142, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 142.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 142, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 142 is finally passed.
Bill number 143, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 143.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 143, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 143 is finally passed.
Bill number 144, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for final passage of bill number 144.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 144, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 144 is finally passed.
Moving on. Madam Chair, moving on to resolutions, we have one this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Dolan for O'Meara, Erby, Wassinger, Dolan, Stanger, and Quinn.
I move for adoption of resolution number 1.
Second.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Move to second resolution 1.
Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on resolution number 1, there are 5 ayes.
Resolution number 1 is adopted. Jen, I need to go back to Bill number 140. I'd like to move for final passage of Bill number 140.
Second.
Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on Bill number 140, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 140 is finally passed.
Madam Chair, moving on to unfinished business, item number 1.
No.
We're running quick, we got plenty of time.
Okay. You say number 1?
Item number 1 on unfinished business.
Okay, hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, 6th District.
Hold on the order of business.
And that will be, so ordered.
Item number 4, 4th District.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
And moving on to new business, Madam Chair, we have 3 prepared orders this evening.
I move for adoption of orders 1, 2, and 3.
Second. All in favor?
I just have a copy of what are the other 2 orders? I've got the one for the appointment of Daniel Reardon to the Grantwood Village Economic Development Tax Board. What are the other 2?
Coventry. Coventry and
Oh, for the pharmacy?
Yes.
Okay.
No, for the healthcare.
health.
The healthcare
side.
benefits?
Yes.
Okay. And the third one,
Was
dispose of property?
get rid of,
Yeah.
here. Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
dispose of county-owned items of obsolete and unusable
Okay.
personal property.
Okay, thank you.
Do it again.
I move for adoption of orders 1, 2, and 3. I can do them separately if you want.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Orders number 1, 2, and 3 are adopted.
I didn't have a little package.
Move we adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.